What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Doing For You, back with another video. And today, we reacting to Watch This Before You Quit YouTube. Now, what I think it is just a nigga giving us some advice or helping us with certain shit at YouTube that we wouldn't know just on starting off, you know? So I just want to react to this for y'all and for myself, you know, everybody that's out there on their YouTube journey. This can help all of us, you know what I'm saying? So, I know I ain't gonna do too much pausing on this one because it's just straight to the point. I know y'all want to get to the information just like I do. So, without further ado, let's get right to the video.
Creators, YouTube is one of two things. Either it's something you really enjoy doing that's fulfilling your life in some way, or it's an endless cycle of disappointment and frustration. I'm sure you've noticed, just this year alone, there have been a number of very large channels, creators that have essentially stepped away from YouTube, whether it's just not creating content as often, or just gracefully riding off into the sunset and enjoying their YouTuber retirement. These channels are notable because we know who they are. When they announce a retirement video, that video goes viral because they've been around for years and years, and they've achieved a lot of success and a lot of notoriety. So with all these big quitting announcements, what does that mean for the rest of us? The 114 million active channels on the rest of the YouTube platform. Less than 9% of these channels have reached 1,000 subscribers. Not 10,000, 1,000. So that means there's like roughly 100 million YouTube channels out there who, when they see this big announcement from someone like MatPat, they're probably thinking to themselves, I would love to do that one day. I would love to get just 1,000 views on a video. That would be nice. So this video is for people out there who are feeling that frustration, because maybe you saw those quitting announcement videos and had an existential crisis, or maybe that was just me, but it is important that you keep going and we find ways to get you over these hurdles that you're experiencing so that you one day could have your own YouTube retirement video after many years of glorious YouTube success. So let's talk about motivation, because nothing is as demotivating as posting videos time and time again and not getting anywhere. Over on the YouTuber subreddit, I saw this Reddit post that says, "It's so hard to stay motivated when no one watches your videos." They essentially asked—
That's a fact, bro. It's really hard to keep on making YouTube videos and nobody's watching your shit. Now, me, I just, you know, I understand that it's a process. You got to put in work. Some people just expect it to come just like that, and it don't. You're not just going to gain fame overnight, you know, or gain attraction. I mean, yeah, a video can pop off, yeah, but it can pop off for the wrong thing. Or it can pop off just for one thing, and then when you make another video, that video don't do nothing, and now you just back down, your motivation back down again. You know, so don't think that your shit is gonna pop off real quick. It's a work in progress, all that.
Everybody on the subreddit, how do you stay motivated? Every time I upload, I get disappointed and I start to feel like giving up. Seeing this Reddit post really struck a chord with me because it brought me right back to how I was years ago on this platform. I was struggling to get views. By some miracle, I eventually hit monetization. Then the money I was getting was almost nothing, and that was hugely disappointing. And then friends of mine who were really successful on YouTube were also having their own struggles, which put me inside an echo chamber of people just constantly talking about how much they hated YouTube and it was hopeless and the algorithm and this and that. It was awful. I was in a really bad headspace before joining vidIQ like years ago. Something that helped me though, and my first tip for you to help stay motivated, is if you find yourself on, say, a Discord server or a subreddit where everyone is just being really negative. I'm not saying the YouTuber subreddit is like that. There's actually a lot of positivity over there. I'm saying that if you are in a community, like a small community like I was in, where a lot of people are just mad at YouTube all the time, I encourage you to spend less time in that community, because once I did that, that helped me a lot. In fact, joining vidIQ was really interesting for me because everybody I work with to this day is still very positive about YouTube and positive about what people can achieve on this platform. That positivity is something that a lot of creators don't have. And a lot of it stems from the thing that brings us all misery, the YouTube algorithm. How do you survive this thing without just eventually quitting before you get anywhere on YouTube? How do you work with the YouTube algorithm? Let's just talk about you for a second. Put the algorithm aside. Let's zoom in on why you even started YouTube in the first place. Even to this day, I ask myself questions like this to help stay motivated. But why did you start in the first place? Was it simply because it was a creative outlet for you? Or were you using your channel as just a place to catalog all the fun things you were doing in life so you could look back at it one day? Or were you looking to leave a bigger legacy behind, something that you could actually turn into a career. None of those goals are the wrong way to approach YouTube, but if you want to achieve them, it's really important that you don't quit yet. And if you don't quit yet, what's going to happen? Will that persistence pay off? In this post, a creator shared how they released 20 videos in just 2 months before they started getting any views at all, which probably took a lot out of them. But after 7 months, they'd achieve 1,000 subscribers. This is a classic example of a YouTube creator who just kept going, and that persistence did finally pay off for them. And I know it doesn't happen to everybody, but imagine you have a video that's like 300 views, and it's not going anywhere, and you're just frustrated, and you move on from it. Well, if that video was well researched, and it was for a specific audience, what's cool about the YouTube algorithm is that it's going to keep working in the background to hopefully eventually find somebody to match that video up with. And once they understand the person who watches it and enjoys it, they can do that again and again and again. Before you know it, an old video that you released months ago can snowball. It's happened to us. We've released plenty of videos that at first didn't do too great, and then suddenly, days, weeks, months later, the graph just picks up and it goes into the stratosphere. Some of our best videos have that same exact story. The problem is, it can't come back to life if you don't keep posting. It technically could, but you have way better chances if you keep posting. Because if somebody watches a video you released today and they enjoy it, they very well might go back through your back catalog of content because they want to see more. And that video that wasn't doing super hot may resonate with them. And suddenly YouTube is collecting more data on this new audience from this new video, and they're like, hey, the old video works too. And that video starts to spread once again in browse feeds everywhere, bringing in even more new viewers. It can also happen completely by accident. Let's say you cover a celebrity on your channel, right? You're just wanting to give kind of a video essay about where they started and where they are today. A few years go by, it didn't do super well, but then that celebrity starts a new project, or they get involved in some controversy, or something happens to them, right? Well, people start searching. Whatever happened to this person? Like, I haven't heard about them in forever, and now they're all over the internet. Your video could pick up traction depending on what it is and what it's about, because no one else is currently uploading about this new trending topic. So all that there is on YouTube is just general information about this person. I'm not saying you should bank on that. I don't think that's like a strategy for growing a channel. I'm just trying to say that sometimes if you release a video and you did your title research, you feel like the thumbnail looks good, you feel like the content within it is just stellar, and it didn't go anywhere, just move on. Try and learn from those mistakes and keep uploading, because you never know.
After a video, bro, like you could do a video and then not do good. You can get like 50 views. Do another one, that one hit 150. Then you just do another one, that one hit 20. You know? Like, it's like a, how should I say it, bro? It's like, if you post that video, the video that got 150, whatever you did in that video, try to do it for everyone, or try to improve yourself. Like, look back on your videos that you do, like, oh, I could have edited this better, or the title could have been better, or my thumbnail could have been better, you know? Like, certain things to help you improve yourself. Like, say if you was to play sports and you watch your film, you know, like, you try to get better. Or football, whatever, you outside training, whatever, because you messed up on this part in the game, you try to get better at this, get better at blocking or catching, you know? It's the same thing applied to this. You just got to put in the work for it. It's just not just a thing that's going to happen overnight, bro.
If that video is just going to find an audience one day, I don't want you to delete that video because it didn't do well. That's like a practice a lot of channels are doing. I'm noticing more and more. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, something similar happened to another creator who posted a video and it just lay dormant. It died, nothing happened to it. And then about a year later, 2.5 million views. All the examples you're seeing here are basically evergreen content, which can be very difficult to make on a consistent basis. But we make it every so often. Every year, at the beginning of the year, I do a video about how to start a gaming channel. And that stays relatively evergreen for the entire year. And then I update it a year later. I take all the information I got and I update the video for this new audience. When we post a new video, it can do pretty well and then kind of die off, but it's the evergreen content working in the background, really keeping stuff looking very impressive in our analytics throughout the year. Once you have that popular video on your channel that takes off, As long as the other videos you've made around it are similar to it, it can have a ripple effect where people are binging your content. They watch this popular video, they've never heard of you before, and now they're bouncing around your channel trying to see what else you do. So don't just stay motivated to post content regularly, stay motivated to post the kind of content that you are genuinely proud of, that really resonates with you as the creator behind the channel. I say stuff like this all the time. If you're a regular here, you know that, but what never fails to happen is that people in the comments will still say, I'm doing all of these things, but I'm still frustrated. I post a video, it gets no impressions at all, it completely dies, and I'm just done. If that sounds like you, I have some good news, because there are ways to take a video that you've put a lot of time and effort into and turn it into something that can get views even today. A simple and effective strategy for reviving a dead video is to first change the title and the thumbnail. Look, I know that it can be a little bit annoying to have to go back to the drawing board. Some of us just absolutely hate doing this part of YouTube, but now the video's out, your original title and thumbnail didn't work, so you know not to do that again. Now do some research and try and figure out what else you can do to repackage this video. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm is just going to struggle to figure out who this video is for if you miss the mark on the packaging. Your editing and everything inside that video could be stellar, but the first and oftentimes only interaction people get with your content is the title and the thumbnail. One sub tip I have for you is to take that title that you already tried and put it through our title generator and see what comes out on the other end, because that thing is trained on videos like yours all the time, right? So it's gonna know what kinds of titles are working and give you some suggestions. And even if you don't like exactly what pops out, maybe it'll get you on the right track. And if you still need convincing, consider the fact that top YouTubers like Mr. Beast change their titles and thumbnails even to this day, all the time. Mr. Beast is a total min-maxer when it comes to YouTube, but that doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to say, if this part frustrates you, just know it never ends. And YouTube is just always this game that you get to keep playing. Even when you release a video, you can't necessarily forget about it. Isn't that fun? In all seriousness, updating these things can help you out a lot. If you do try this and it doesn't quite work out still, you might just need to be brutally honest with yourself. Maybe the content that you made just isn't hitting with any particular audience. At that point, it's just important to move on to the next video. It is cool to update things and see them kind of take off, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you shouldn't just sit there bashing your head against the wall with one old video when you could be making something new. If it makes you feel better, the uncertainty around titles and thumbnails and updating them isn't unique to YouTubers at all. As this Redditor puts it so well, authors, musicians, actors, artists all face the same challenge. It's so hard to stay motivated when no one comes to your show, reads your book, or listens to your music. I love how they go on to answer the motivation question as well, and it's something we should all take to heart. They say to shift your focus from external validation to internal satisfaction and progress. That's why at your core, you really need to enjoy what you're doing on your YouTube channel so that you can stay motivated to keep going. And if you do, results will follow. On a more practical note, there is a lot you can do to take the very long journey that is a YouTube channel, a successful one, and make it a bit easier for yourself. Start by setting short-term goals. Yes, having a career one day out of YouTube is a great long-term goal, but to get there, you might want to bite off smaller chunks. For example, this creator just committed to uploading one video every weekend. And this wasn't about like hitting specific metrics. It was just to, create a habit. Implementing really small and tangible goals for yourself can really make this entire thing a lot more manageable. You could also decide to improve a specific aspect of your content with every video you upload. Whenever you hear us talking about improving 1% with every video you upload, this is kind of what we mean. It can be your thumbnails, it can be your editing, maybe it's your on-camera presence, but you always strive to do just a little bit better with one thing every time you post. Over time, what this will inevitably do is help you build the skills you need to run and manage a successful channel, because a successful YouTube channel involves a lot. You are a one-person show, and there are so many things you need to know. I know that for new creators just starting out, it can be really frustrating to put in all this time and effort and not get anywhere. But what's really unique about this period on YouTube, where you're just starting out, is that you have full license to experiment quite a bit. Take it from somebody who's working on a pretty large channel right now. Once you get to a certain point on YouTube, you're kind of locked into how you make videos, and anything you want to change, any pivots you want to make, have to happen kind of slowly. But when you have a fresh channel where you haven't done a whole lot yet, you can throw all kinds of stuff at the wall and just see what sticks. So if you're not getting a lot of views anyway, the risk is pretty low to you to just try new things. I think for me, one of the most frustrating parts about YouTube was the fact that I felt like I was putting in just as much work as all the channels that I was comparing myself to. And that's important, don't compare yourself to other channels. But it's true. I was sitting down to record videos. I was having to edit those videos. I was having to use all the knowledge I had to make some kind of decent thumbnail. All of those things took time and effort, and I was spending just as much time and putting in just as much effort, I felt, as everybody else. But those thoughts lead to incredible levels of impatience on YouTube, because you're doing everything everybody else is Why aren't you getting views? But at the end of the day, what's the goal of the YouTube algorithm? It's to deliver quality content to people who want to watch stuff, right? And you need to provide quality content in order for people to watch your stuff. I'm not saying that your videos lack quality necessarily. I'm just saying the competition is really steep. But you can stand out. You just need to learn some more skills. Yes, of course it was easier for everybody years and years ago because there weren't as many people creating on YouTube. If you wanted to watch a video that was a Minecraft Let's Play, it didn't need to have a flashy thumbnail or any kind of big promise of some kind of challenge. But now that's like the lowest barrier to entry to making a video, is just sitting down and talking. So you have to add a little bit more intrigue because you need to stand out somehow. And it's going to be really difficult in a world where creating content is more accessible than it ever has been. So keep working on those skills on your channel. And if you want to make your life a little bit easier, we have a video right here with 3 really big lies that are spread across YouTube all the time. We try to debunk those. Enjoy.
My damn mustache is what? Damn mustache. Man. Now look, the YouTube shit, bro. It's all about you, man. It's all about how much you willing to put in work for. It's all about how much time you're gonna put into your editing, your thumbnail, your title, you know? It's not just gonna come like that, man. I swear. Consistency is always key, man. Consistency is always key. Say if you get up to go to work, you go work every day, every time you schedule. Then you get your paycheck and it's 1,000 or something. You know, say you get paid $22 an hour or something, and you take about $1,500. But if you don't go to work every day, say you miss 4 days, I'm just thinking, now your check like probably like a band, or a little less because you didn't come to work. You know. Damn, my shit. Damn, my shit weak. Nah, but you know. It's all about you, man. It's all about you. Don't compare yourself to other channels. Like he just said, don't compare yourself to other channels. And just be you. Be yourself. Your crowd gonna come. Your audience gonna come. People gonna fuck with you just for you. But you know, it's been real, it's your boy Doma for you. I hope this video helped y'all like it helped me. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.